Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Shermer with a message for the Scorpio new moon, which occurs later today. I'm recording this on Sunday afternoon. The Scorpio new moon this year is at 8:38 p.m. on Sunday, October 27th. This message is appropriate for the entire month to come. This is a month guided by and embedded in the transformation and the transformative energies of Scorpio and Scorpio power. So I'm eager to bring this message to you today. The zodiac sign of Scorpio has, for a long time in modern world anyway, been associated with some superstitions and associated with some of the shadow elements of Scorpio energy. And so today and this month is a great time for you to claim the power and the gifts and the emotional support that's available to you during this time. And so we're going to be talking a little bit about Scorpio to begin. We are in an incredible cycle of opportunity and change, and a time of unprecedented change in our world. And that is manifesting in our personal lives as well as our culture and all the institutions that support us. And the superpower of Scorpio is change and learning how to deal with change. So during this message and in the days to come, hold curiosity about your ability to connect with new strength and courage to enable you to navigate change, new tools, new understanding, so that you can participate intentionally and in healthy ways with all the transitions that are happening in your own life. So if you can see on the altar behind me, the card for Scorpio in tarot is the card called Death. And what death represents is transformation and healthy change by surrendering to processes of form and transition. And I will say that in previous years when I've done these videos, I haven't always even used the Death card because it can bring up fear in people. And why I'm addressing this head on today is because fear is the ability to deal with fear is the gift of Scorpio. And a symptom of fear. Fear is a symptom of change in your life. And the tools of Scorpio and the tools of this new moon are going to give each of us the ability to address fear in our life, however it's coming up. So I'm going to show you a couple of other tarot cards before we dive into the message. And one of the other tools in the tarot of how we can learn to deal with change and deal with fear and the dissolution of the past is through the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is the court card associated with Scorpio, and he is the warrior of the heart. So the power held within the emotional strength of Scorpio is raw emotional power. Your ability to connect within to your own courage and willpower from the feeling of what you truly love and what you truly value, and commitment to your own visions of possibility and the trust in those visions, and then to be able to move forward, to take action and make decisions that move you forward as the warrior here is moving forward on the eagle, soaring into new relationships and new connections that serve him, that serve you. So the other card that's very interesting right now and important is the first 10 degrees of Scorpio are ruled by the Five of Cups, which in tarot is called disappointment. What this signifies is that change always brings with it triggers that activate our fears. And one of the ways in which we are triggered emotionally during times of change is through disappointment or regret. Regret would be another word for this card. And so this card is an important teacher and reminder that when we feel regret or disappointment or fear of any kind, we are bringing forward stories from the past. So regrets from the past and disappointments from the past and the way that we have not been cared for emotionally in the past don't need to be perpetuated in the future. When we're triggered by these signals, it's just an reminder that in some way we are resisting forces of change. So knowing all of this and much more, there's so much to say about Scorpio, of the power that's hidden within transformation, within processes of transformation, and our ability to go deep, to embrace change from inner strength as opposed to attachment to outer circumstances. This time of transition on Earth requires us more and more and more to move within for our security and allow the transitions around us to happen. Allow the dismantling to happen and learn to trust within to the perpetuating forces of wholeness and love that are guiding us forward. So you have special opportunities in the coming days to do that. And so knowing all this, I meditated this morning on the Scorpio moon and all of the opportunities held within the particular astrology chart for this moon. And I asked for a strategic message that would help each of us, each of you listening today. And so the first card is, this is a very affirmative reading that we're going to receive. And the first card is the Star. And the Star is the card that signals your ability to trust your light within, to receive the light that is always present, and to allow that light to move through you and then offer that light to the world. This is the card in astrology for Aquarius, and it represents your ability to expand into the new fields of consciousness that are available to us now, and the inspiration and trust in a new world that we together are creating. This transition time that we're in is a time of literally building new worlds. And so you have a connection, a spiritual connection right now to yourself, your higher self, and the light that comes through your higher self in order to trust in your visions and in the deep knowledge of what's possible as things change around you. The Star calls you to, there's something coming in, just a minute. The Star card is calling you to feel the energies of liberation. That's what's happening here. That a planet that rules the star in astrology is Uranus, and Uranus is in a direct, exact opposition to the new moon in the full moon chart and the new moon chart. And what that's signifying is at this new moon, you will receive an infusion of inspiration and freedom and the sense of what it means to be a true individual. And this will help you release whatever doesn't serve you in your current life, including fear of change and fear of stepping out of the known into the unknown. To release those fears, this infusion of freedom and inspiration will support you, and that's a message literally and directly from the new moon. So trust the light within. Trust your connection to the light and your ability then to offer that light to the world. And then that is message is directly extended into the card for circumstances, which is the Sun. The Sun symbolizes in this spread the community that we are creating together. In circumstances, it's the illumination of the truth of what is being created. And in this spread, the Sun came up reversed. The reversal, in this case, the message from the reversal was look beneath the surface of things. Look beneath and beyond in order to see the larger truths of what's happening, because there is, the Sun is connection and community and illuminated leadership and inspiration to move together into more brilliant world that serves us all. This is a very big picture spread to encourage you that what's happening is part of something much larger, and you in your life are participating in something much larger. These two major arcana cards are speaking to that. So trust the light within, and trust the light within this reversal. Trust the light within side of everything in your life, even the things you don't understand, even the things that are challenging, even the things that are painful. And know that you have the opportunity as the star also to communicate those messages of support and confidence and courage to others around you who also may be feeling confusion or discouragement or fear. And the final card is a huge message of support, the position of spirit with the Five of Cups, which is, you may remember, the card for the position of the sun right now in Scorpio. That is in spirit signifies the release of disappointment, the release of regret, and a quality of healing that's happening in our ability to bring this forward. The fives, this is the Five of Cups, the fives represent transformation. And so when we release fear around how things have maybe not served us emotionally in the past, we are able to fully step into the beautiful aspects of transformation and the strong-hearted aspects of transformation. So I'm going to put the Prince of Cups here now to signify our ability to fully show up for this change. And then, as you know, I always draw a final card for the spread and the message today. The final card is the Knight of Cups, which is an active aspect of the Prince. And the key that I picked up on in the Knight of Cups was the Holy Grail and the Holy Grail and the importance now of trusting your path of heart and the confidence that you can connect to within, to trust your path of heart and trust this brilliant time of opportunity within our collective, and how you have your own role now to play. Every circumstance in your life is part of this great symphony of change and new opportunity, and we together are forging new paths. So this is a big picture spread. It's a big picture message, and it will play out in your life in very tangible ways. So look for ways that you can show up in the and come present in the coming days, in the coming moments, to being present within. Use all forms of fear, whether they're feeling anxious or frustrated or worried or confused or distracted. You consider all of those signals as expressions of resistance to change, and then hold curiosity for what could happen when you go underneath that resistance. The power tool of Scorpio and this quality that we call transformation, another word for death, transformation, is to go deep within. The picture here is of Osiris dancing. The painting is of Osiris dancing on the bottom of the ocean, preparing for resurrection. Osiris is a deity in ancient Egyptian myth and cosmology, is the aspect of ourself who resurrects after our night of the dark soul. After a period of death, we rebirth. Through every period of change we go through, we are forced to dissolve the past and what has been known in order to rise in a new way, in a new rebirth. And this happens every moment of our lives. So the Scorpio moon is calling you to go deep. The season of fall helps us go deep because we have to release resistance to the change. We have to welcome the dark if we're going to fully take advantage of this season. and the time of year. So in all ways, welcome the opportunity to go deep, the opportunity to feel, when you go deep, the strength and truth of the emotional power that you have available in order to fully show up in your life in all ways. And then in this season, it's important to connect with others. So from this place, reach out and connect to your systems of support, to what you value, to what you trust, and allow those connections to expand. Allow yourself to release whatever connections are no longer strong or relevant or present in your life, even if they once were. And you will find your own stability within. Support the change, welcome the change, and trust in the stability beneath the change that holds you. So thank you for your participation, as always, in these new moon messages and in the drawing forth of message from our higher selves and guides to support us in this valuable time here on planet Earth. This is Elizabeth Shermer with New Moon Message for the Scorpio New Moon.